Hello everyone, welcome to Scoreboard Gaming. In today's video, we're gonna look for RPGs for the GBA you must play. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe, also, hit the notification button, so let's go straight to the video. Shining Soul 2. Shining Soul 2 is an RPG developed by Grasshopper Manufacture and published by Sega for the Game Boy Advance, GBA. Released in 2004, it's the sequel to Shining Soul and continues the series' RPG gameplay in a fantasy world. Shining Soul 2 offers a top-down hack-and-slash RPG experience. Players select a character class and embark on quests, battling enemies, collecting loot, and leveling up. The game features both single-player and multiplayer modes, allowing up to 4 players to team up through the Game Boy Advance's link cable. Combat involves real-time action, with players using weapons, magic, and special abilities to defeat enemies. The game emphasizes exploration, item management, and character progression through skill upgrades and equipment enhancements. The game's visuals are sprite-based and capture the classic RPG aesthetic of the GBA era. Character sprites, enemy designs, and environments are well drawn and detailed. The colorful and vibrant art style enhances the fantasy setting of the game. Shining Soul 2 features a soundtrack that fits the RPG adventure theme. The music enhances the mood and atmosphere of different areas and events. Sound effects, including combat sounds and magic effects, contribute to the auditory experience. Players can choose from multiple character classes, each with its own unique abilities and playstyle. As characters level up, they can invest points in various skills and attributes to customize their abilities. The customization options allow players to tailor their characters to their preferred strategies. The game's quest system provides a variety of objectives and challenges to complete. The multiplayer mode allows players to team up and embark on quests together, adding a cooperative element to the gameplay experience. This feature enhances the game's replayability and social aspect. In conclusion, Shining Soul 2 for the Game Boy Advance delivers an enjoyable RPG experience with its hack-and-slash combat, character customization, and cooperative multiplayer. With its colorful graphics, fitting soundtrack, and engaging gameplay mechanics, the game offers a journey that captures the essence of classic RPGs on a handheld platform. Klonoa Heroes. Klonoa Heroes is an action-adventure game developed by Namco for the Game Boy Advance. Released in 2002, the game is part of the Klonoa series known for its platforming gameplay and whimsical aesthetic. Klonoa Heroes features platforming gameplay with a focus on action and puzzle solving. Players control Klonoa, the main character, as he navigates through levels filled with enemies, obstacles, and puzzles. Klonoa can grab and throw enemies to defeat them or use them as stepping stones to reach higher platforms. The game incorporates a unique mechanic where players can double jump by using an enemy as a jumping platform. The platforming challenges and level designs encourage creative thinking and skillful execution. The game features colorful and vibrant 2D graphics that capture the whimsical and charming aesthetic of the Klonoa series. Character sprites, enemy designs, and environments are well drawn and evoke a sense of fantasy and adventure. The visuals create an inviting world for players to explore. Klonoa Heroes features a soundtrack that complements the game's cheerful and fantastical atmosphere. The music adapts to different levels and situations, enhancing the mood and immersion. Sound effects, including character actions and environmental noises, contribute to the overall auditory experience. The game's level design is a standout feature, offering a mix of platforming challenges and puzzles. Players will encounter various obstacles and enemies that require clever use of Klonoa's abilities to overcome. The inclusion of puzzle elements adds depth to the gameplay and encourages players to think critically. Throughout the game, Klonoa can acquire new abilities and upgrades that enhance his platforming and combat capabilities. These upgrades provide a sense of progression and open up new possibilities for navigating levels and defeating enemies. In conclusion, Klonoa Heroes for the Game Boy Advance offers an enjoyable platforming adventure with its imaginative level design, cheerful visuals, and engaging gameplay mechanics. With its vibrant graphics, fitting soundtrack, and inventive platforming challenges, the game provides a journey that captures the spirit of the Klonoa series on a handheld platform. Yggdra Union, We'll Never Fight Alone. Yggdra Union Will Never Fight Alone is a tactical RPG developed by Sting Entertainment and published by Atlas for the Game Boy Advance. Released in 2006, the game offers a unique blend of strategy, card-based mechanics, and RPG elements. Yggdra Union is set in a fantasy world where players control Princess Yggdra as she leads an army to reclaim her kingdom from invaders. The gameplay is a combination of tactical strategy and card-based mechanics. Players move units on a grid-based map and engage in battles using cards that represent different actions and abilities. The cards are used to determine attack, defense, and special moves. The game features a rock-paper-scissors-like system where certain card types are strong against others, adding a strategic layer to battles. Additionally, the game incorporates terrain bonuses, unit placement, and other tactical considerations. The combination of card mechanics and strategic elements offers a unique and engaging gameplay experience. The game features hand-drawn 2D graphics with detailed character portraits and sprite-based units on the battlefield. The character designs and environments capture the fantasy aesthetic of the game world. While the graphics are not as advanced as some other GBA titles, they effectively convey the game's style and tone. Yggdra Union features a soundtrack composed by Shigeki Hayashi that complements the game's medieval fantasy setting. The music adapts to different situations and battles, enhancing the mood and atmosphere. Sound effects, including battle sounds and card effects, contribute to the auditory experience. The card-based gameplay is a central aspect of Yggdra Union. Players must manage their card deck, choose the right cards for battles, and strategize their moves to maximize their chances of victory. The rock-paper-scissors mechanic and the importance of unit positioning create a sense of tactical depth. The game's narrative follows Princess Yggdra as she seeks to reclaim her kingdom from an oppressive empire. The story explores themes of leadership, rebellion, and alliances. The characters each have their own abilities and personalities, adding depth to the game's world and battles. The game features multiple story paths and endings based on the choices players make throughout the game. These choices affect the narrative and outcomes, adding replay value as players explore different paths and outcomes. In conclusion, Yggdra Union for the Game Boy Advance offers a captivating tactical RPG adventure with its card-based mechanics, strategic gameplay, and branching narrative. With its hand-drawn graphics, evocative soundtrack, and inventive gameplay mechanics, the game provides a journey that appeals to players who enjoy tactical strategy games with a twist. Tales of Phantasia. Tales of Phantasia is an RPG originally developed by Wolf Team and published by Namco for the SNES in 1995. The game was later ported to various platforms, including the Game Boy Advance. Tales of Phantasia is a classic JRPG that follows the story of Cress Albane and his friends as they embark on a quest to save the world from an ancient evil. The gameplay features turn-based battles with a real-time component. Players control one character directly while others are controlled by the AI, though players can switch to other characters during battles. The game introduces the linear motion battle system, where characters can move freely around the battlefield to position themselves for attacks and dodges. The GBA version retains the core mechanics of the original while adapting them to the handheld's limitations. The GBA version of Tales of Phantasia features 2D sprite-based graphics that capture the aesthetic of the original SNES game. Character sprites, enemy designs, and environments are well drawn and evoke a sense of nostalgia. While the GBA's hardware limitations led to some visual compromises, the game's graphics remain faithful to the original style. The game features a soundtrack composed by Motoi Sakuraba, known for his work on the Tales series and other RPGs. The music complements the game's fantasy setting and adds to the immersion. Sound effects, including battle sounds and spellcasting, contribute to the auditory experience. Tales of Phantasia offers a compelling narrative with a mix of fantasy and time travel elements. The characters' interactions and development contribute to the depth of the story. While the GBA version retains the core story, some elements were adjusted to fit the platform's limitations. The game's combat system allows players to execute a variety of attacks, spells, and special skills in battles. Characters can learn new abilities and develop their skills as they level up. The combination of real-time movement and turn-based actions creates an engaging and dynamic combat experience. The GBA version of Tales of Phantasia introduced some changes to the story, character names, and dialogue compared to the original SNES release. These changes were made to adapt the game to a Western audience and accommodate the GBA's hardware. In conclusion, Tales of Phantasia for the Game Boy Advance provides a classic RPG adventure with its engaging battle system, fantasy narrative, and character-driven storytelling. With its sprite-based graphics, memorable soundtrack, and engaging gameplay mechanics, the GBA version offers a journey that appeals to fans of traditional JRPGs and those interested in exploring the origins of the Tales series. And that's it for today's video. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you so much to watch. I'll see you soon. Bye.